This video will break down some of the different drugs that are hopeful in curing COVID-19 and chloroquine, which we'll get into right now. Are we close to a coronavirus cure? Every day we hope the news will tell us that there's been a breakthrough in defeating this virus or that this nightmare is over. But it doesn't seem like it's going away anytime fast, especially with all these shelter-in-place orders and border closings. This video will break down some of the different drugs that are hopeful in curing COVID-19 and break down what the World Health Organization, government, pharmaceutical, and vaccine companies are doing. Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Wagner. I'm a board-certified emergency medicine physician, and on my show I answer your urgent medical questions and clear up myths about certain deadly diseases. If you haven't already done so, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and turn your bell notifications on. That way you are instantly alerted when I post a new video. There are about 50 plus vaccines and drugs being made for experimenting and research against the novel coronavirus all over the world. To start, once a vaccine or drug is made by a company, lots of lab testing and research happens to make sure that it works and does what the original action of the vaccine or drug was intended. After repeating that multiple times, it then goes for safety testing, then goes on to be tested in non-human animal models, then into humans. Once it goes into humans, hopefully it continues to behave and be successful just like it was in the original lab testing environment, which many times, unfortunately, it doesn't. So now what is out there? We know that vaccines take a lot longer time to develop than therapeutics, meaning medications. Here's what we know so far of the main trials for medications. First, there was a trial that was recently published in the New England Journal of Medicine from researchers from China that looked at two medications, lopinavir and ritonavir. After the emergence of SARS in 2003, lopinavir combined with ritonavir HIV medications were found as having an in vitro inhibitory activity against the 2003 SARS virus, which is a type of coronavirus. So in this trial, they had 199 people split into two groups, one that looked at the medication and the other that took a placebo or a sugar pill along with the standard of care. But unfortunately, they saw no difference in the clinical improvement between the two groups, and the mortality at 28 days was similar for both. Future trials are still needed to see if it improves outcomes in severely ill patients. Another interesting medication is Remdesivir, which is an Ebola drug developed by Gilead Sciences that was found to be ineffective for Ebola, but is now being tested in 2 phase 3 randomized trials in Asian countries. The trials are being performed on 761 patients in Wuhan, the original epicenter of the novel coronavirus outbreak. The results from the trials are expected to be available over the next few weeks. According to a report in the New England Journal of Medicine, Remdesivir, when administered to a coronavirus patient in the United States, appeared to have improved clinical condition. The University of Nebraska Medical Center is also carrying out clinical trials to test the safety and efficacy of this drug. The first patient to be administered the drug is an evacuee from the Diamond Princess cruise ship. Another noteworthy study that was recently announced is being put together by the World Health Organization. The World Health Organization has organized a large international study called the Solidarity Trial to get more robust data. The study is looking at multiple different medications including Remdesivir, lopinavir, ritonavir, interferon, and chloroquine, a malaria drug, which we'll get into right now. President Trump on March 19, 2020, said he was pushing the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, to eliminate barriers to using the anti-malarial drug hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine, they are in the same family, to treat COVID-19 infections immediately. Well, unfortunately, it won't happen immediately, as the FDA has to conduct some testing and safety with this medication, as it's never been tested in humans against the novel coronavirus. There has been some anecdotal evidence out of Europe, China, and Australia of its success, especially when combined with azithromycin or the Z-Pak, which is an antibiotic. The exact mechanism is unknown as of right now why this combination works. No clinical trials have actually been studied or conducted to this date with this medication. Chloroquine and hydroxychloroquine are normally used against malaria, which is a parasite that you get from a mosquito in malaria endemic areas. Sometimes it's used in people who have rheumatoid arthritis as well as lupus in a limited fashion. One last thing to note was that the FDA stated that they were looking into convalescent plasma taken from recovered COVID-19 patients as possible treatment based on antibiotic therapy, but that's going to happen in the future. All right, that's been a quick overview of how the world is trying to come up with a cure for the novel coronavirus with me, Dr. Wagner. Make sure that you leave me a comment below if you have any questions or if there are any other medical questions that you want to know about. Thank you so much for watching, and stay healthy, my friends.